Hey everyone, in here, welcome back to New Grimoire. And on today's episode, we're going to continue to expand our city, but very slowly. I want mostly to improve the city. We do have these part of the city that we haven't properly, explored or improved, to be honest. I think there's like a lot of things we can do in here. There's a bit of residential. Even the district is not in a proper way, and I want to improve that. But we have in here some medium density with a little bit of high density with low income housing. But I don't know, there's a lot of empty spaces and we need to improve that, and that's something we're probably going to work on today's episode. There's also something to... I don't know if we're going to have time or if we're going to work on Primrose Dale. Primrose Dale, as we can check out, Primrose Dale is kind of a strange district together with Blackwood Heights. I think that the district in here is not in a proper way, even Broadcrest. I don't know, it just feels strange, all this district way that is built. And there's like a lot of empty space that we can improve and use to our own advantage. And there's a lot of mistakes being made, including I really hate this key wall around here. The idea was interesting, but let's be honest, this is very high and it's not realistic. This would never happen, I think. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it would happen, but I personally don't think it would happen like that. But yeah, either way, let's look into what we can do. One of the things I want to start working with is the college. I think there's a couple of things we're going to do here in the college area. First of all, I think we can reorganize a little bit better the way that this works, this street. We're going to make maybe a road going through here. It will provide us probably more row housing around here. So some of these houses are going to be or get lost. We're probably going to be able to get a little bit more parking lots. I don't know, maybe some kind of parking lot that we can use. And I'm also thinking about this area in here that we could indeed make it so that we have more row houses and try to, do a little bit of landscaping around here, because it's kind of strange that you, in the back of your college, you do have nothing. You just have a view of this huge key that is quite unrealistic, and something that maybe an ancient alien civilization built this. I don't know, it's really crazy. It's kind of like a mega structure, believe me. It's I think maybe not, I'm not a builder. I don't understand much of that, but either way, it is what it is. So let's do that. Let's start reworking this entire area in here, including the post office and these houses in here. There's probably going to be a couple of updates. And when I mean a couple of updates, it means that some of these houses will probably be converted to medium row houses, or even something else, and we will see how it looks like. So yeah. Alright guys, so after a while just building up a little bit our college area in here. So we've redesigned this a little bit, more row houses. Parking lot, I was thinking about building a new one or a bigger one. We just kept the one we have. It's not entirely full, so it should be fine. I guess people parking here, they can be living around here or around here. I mean, here you have the street, you can park around in this area if you live around here. But in these row houses, you don't really have that many parking lots. You could either stop around the main street for the college or this one. Either way, a couple more row houses in here with a little bit of terraforming in here, or landscaping. A new bridge, walking bridge, so you can come through here. It's just, this almost feels like a natural park-ish. It's still not completed there. It still needs to have like a lot of trees. That's something we can do, and to be honest, by using the brush tool. Over here we build a couple more commercial buildings and an office building, so it should take care of a couple more jobs. Although I don't think that unemployment is a little bit high, so we need to bring in more jobs. We will do that on the next couple of episodes, of course. So a little bit more landscaping, a couple of trees in here and bushes around here. I've also finished landscaping here, which was a long time ago. Something from the previous mayor, by the way. He never landscaped these walking paths, so I'm improving his last work, to be honest. And through here, there was still a couple of good spots nearby this post office, so I just built 2 commercial buildings. Couple of there's also a small playground that is going to be good around this area, and a couple more trees and stuff like that. Now, before I forget, let's just use the brush tool and let's add a couple of hickories. Let's increase the amount to 100% of how many trees we can add through here. So I am going to have these full of hickories and some pines and Londons, and why not some spruces also. So I kind of want this area to be a bit more, how would you say it, a little bit more like a park, like national park, so people, when they're walking around, they see all of that, kind of like wildlife or something like that. So I'm filling it full of bushes and trees and whatnots, and in a couple of years, when the trees grow up, it's gonna look good. We still have a lot to do in here. You see, we just developed just this slightly bit of land. There's still land in here we could use and we can use, and that's probably gonna be the next thing we're gonna do. But before that, I was thinking, should we take care of these in here, these houses in here? I'm thinking the answer is yes. And I'm thinking these are just, well, there's 6 people living here. They're not very wealthy, you know, they're not very wealthy. I kind of think that in the future, in the very near future, these houses, they're not very big houses, to the exception of this one in here. I'm thinking that these houses will become row houses, and I think it's better to do it right now. So let's pause, not pause, let's just go here and let's unzone this entire area. Let's demolish all these houses. People are going to be homeless, and that is a shame for them, but we're gonna build row houses around here, all of them pointing to the post office, and this should probably help a little bit with the situation that I kind of don't want to have, how you say, I don't know if you can see it in here, if we can check how many people are homeless. I don't think we can we? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there is a location where we can see how many homeless people are out there. Yeah, I was thinking we would have more people, more housing being built around here, but either way, it doesn't. So we're gonna take care of that for the time being. On the other hand, there's still this lot in here that I kind of want to build. I don't want to build anything on the road, on these roads, to be honest. So I'm thinking about building another probably alley around here in the back of this, and we're gonna build a couple more low density houses. So, and after that, landscaping a little bit, and I want to use a little bit this other area in here that I think both this part and this part that I think we can add a couple of these low income. What is the name? I always forget about it. Low rent housing. Yeah. So we can add a couple of low rent housing somewhere around here. The main reason why we want low rent housing here has to do with the fact that I think land value in here is not very big. Let's see, land value here. I mean, here is not very big. Here is big. I don't know. I was thinking maybe adding in here because I was thinking you have the rail, the train station, and there's gonna be a lot of noise. I would think these would be low renting, but there's other locations we could add low renting. We could add low renting somewhere around here. It doesn't make sense, but it is. And if we look through the entire map where we could add low rent, we could add low rent around here also. So maybe it's not a bad idea to add low rent through here eventually if we need to. Anyways, let's do that. Let's build this part around here and see how it's going to look like. Alright guys, and just finished landscaping a little bit more here at Blackwood Heights near to the train station. I kind of like the way it looks in here. So we have these couple of row houses around here with these low rent house. So row houses, low rent house, a couple more row houses. There's an outdoor gym. I think it looks good in here. And then you have like these small residential, low density residential houses. Parking lots in here are not very good, so we're not expecting people in here to have their own cars, so there's nowhere they can park, and that's fine. I'm thinking that people living here, their main way of transportation would be the train, bus. There's a bus station also not that far away from where they live, so yeah, I think these would be mostly their main transportation method. Around here on this other side, we have this parking lot, which is a medium one. It's not full, but it's fine. It should be a parking lot that focus on the train station also. But also you have other business in here. So you have two commercial buildings with their own parking lot, and then you have this office that has like 5 people working on that. It's electronic software, so it produces software. That's fine. There's a walking path through here, so you don't have to walk all of that. If it's nearby this connection, it's also good. So yeah, and of course a lot of trees added through here, which makes tons of sense. I have no idea why these ones in here are not building. I know there's demand for it, so it should be building. I have no idea why it's not. Can I build a house here? So this is not building. Maybe the problem has to do with the fact that okay, I think I may know what the problem here is, and I believe the problem here might be this. There you go. And let's just unzone this, close of that, and like I said, I want this in here to be by the way, I don't want it to be through there. I like it to be more or less like from here. I guess these ones will have to be smaller row houses opposite to those ones, and we're going to play along with this walking path. I would think that, but I want it. I probably kind of want it like that. And I'm not entirely sure if that's a bad idea to do something like this. Yeah. Not so good. Forget about it. I'm just kind of destroying everything in here. It's not supposed to, but it kind of happened. Okay. So that's kind of like the problem with zoning in here, is that sometimes you do get these quite strange behaviors of these housings, and you know what? I'm gonna pause the game for just a slight second, and I am going to first of all try to bring in this walking path through here. Try to make the same thing through here and connect here. And let's just erase these houses and let them build other houses around here and change slightly this layout. So I guess that from all these areas, the only part left to finish is this in here, which we'll go develop. There's still this background area in here that I would like to develop also, but I'm probably gonna leave it to another episode, not on today's yet. I just want to walk around here though. I think this is still this is still Blackwood Heights, this corner. Which is strange. If I build a building around here, it's gonna be between Blackwood Heights and Primrose Dale, which let's be honest, makes no sense. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to try to change the district if I can. I think I kind of wanted it to be... Can I just erase some of these points? I guess I can. But it's kind of strange, isn't it? How everything looks like. But now I think it would make more sense that Prime Rosedale is only this part, and I would think I kind of would want it to be even less awkward. The problem is the overlapping. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redesign all of this, but for the time being, let's keep it like that, because there's still this part in here I want to rework a little bit. Not that, to be honest, it's not like there's a lot to do, but some landscaping in here would make a big difference, and I guess we can still build another building around here. So let's do that. This time let's do live without having any commentary. Honestly, I don't like how close this is to the rails. Trains do pass around here really close, and you have like this bench with people sit in there. You see, and when a train comes in, it's really close. It's kind of dangerous, to be honest. But I guess that's also why this is a low rent building. At least that's what I would think about. This in here is a house with a high rent. You know what? I think we can build... can we build something around here? We can. Let's build a low rent housing in here, and which is not... It's not going to be a big building. Maybe it is. You know, maybe it is. But we're really small apartments. And in here, I'm thinking, you know, I would say this would be a good location for a commercial building. So we could have like a commercial building like that, a big one, and maybe we could have like an office too. So let's have these two buildings in here. They're not going to be big, they're not going to be tall, but they're probably going to help a little bit more, you know, the lifestyle through here, maybe. And everything else, let's start doing some landscaping. So nothing too serious around here, just a couple of landscaping in here, so makes his building slightly better looking. In here we have 24 houses already full. That's fine. You know, it's... And then you have these businesses. They're not gonna do a lot of jobs, but it still gives a little bit of jobs around here. And I guess this is now starting to look a lot better, to the point of what was expected of this area. Blackwood Heights, definitely more developed than it was before. It's not like a big boost, and it's not gonna give it like a big boost here on the city. Let's be honest with that, it's not gonna happen. but it is possible that eventually there's still this part in here we can develop, and maybe it's something I will develop before the end of the episode. I'm thinking it wouldn't be too bad. Let's do that before finishing this episode. So first of all, let's unzone this. Let's erase all of these buildings. These ones were brand new buildings built, which is it is kind of a shame. But we're going to be placing in here. I'm thinking this probably will require some kind of small playground. I would think so. I would think so. If we place one in here, there's. I mean, listen, it's not needed. I'm thinking now. We have this one already here. It's not going to be needed. If they want to use it, they can use that one, and that's kind of it. We're going to be building all of these row houses, so it's definitely going to increase the density around here. These people are losing their houses. We still have to be careful about that kind of situation, mostly because as you can see, I think in the city we always need these low density residential houses, something like these ones in here. But I'm not really seeing it happen through here. And by doing this, increasing the density in here, it means that these houses in here, they no longer have a good... the demand in here would be for a different type of building, maybe commercial building, because there's a lot more flow around here. And that, my friend, is what we're going to do. We're going to erase these ones in here, and we're going to build commercial. We're going to build commercial, and... I'm not gonna make them too big. I mean, well, a 3x3 it's fine. I think a 4x3. I'm saying I'm not gonna make them big, but they're big. They ended up being big, and that's I think that's fine. It's if we look into it, it is close to the rail station. You know, there's I kind of would want them to cross. People around here, they should be able to cross around here, so let's do that also. I'm hoping it's enough space. It is, and it doesn't break much of that, so people can cross around here. They can go through here, so I think commercial buildings around here are going to be definitely on a demand. I hope. This one is not going to be looking very good. There's this slope terrain issue, but that should be fine. And to finish this up, let's just do a little bit more landscaping around here, and we can wrap things up. Alright, and that's basically it. With all of these changes, I'm thinking that Blackwood Heights for the next couple of years will not have that much of a development in here. I mean, there's still this part in here that I think we can develop in the future with the new DLC where we got these waterfront housing. And waterfront housing, as you can see, it only makes sense for them, in my opinion, to be near the house, to this waterfront, basically, like the name says. And that's something maybe we can build in the future. So we can build something around here in this part of the bay, even here in this small island that we have. We could try to build something through there. Now that Blackwood Heights is done, and I think that today's episode is going to be wrapped up. Like I said, we still have a lot of demand for a lot of things. And before finishing, let me just look into production, because the previous episode we were building farms. We have a lot of demand for farms still. We're not producing enough, so we have to work this out. When it comes to services, I think it's better if you go here to the infographics and try to check them out, how everything looks like. I guess electricity is fine, definitely. Water availability, it is also fine, and also sewage. When it comes to healthcare, we do not have healthcare around here. That might be a problem. We have to check out healthcare probably on the next episodes. Even here, it's not very good coverage. It's a long distance. Maybe we have to build a clinic over there. But we're also thinking about building in a hospital. So that could be a possible solution. When it comes to garbage, I think everything should be fine. Fire rescue or fire coverage. This is an industrial park. It doesn't have fire coverage, so that's a liability. We're probably going to think about that in the future. Police seems to be okay for the time being. Average crime probability is 7%, which is not too high, but not too low either. But the crime success rate is kind of high. We need to lower this down a little bit. Administration, it has to do with healthcare, the wealth care. We only have one here in Mulberry Field. I'm thinking maybe we're gonna need something around here, because it does make sense to have something on this more higher density area. And when it comes to education, we can see that we need elementary schools. We don't have enough. We need colleges almost at the end, but definitely elementary schools. But that's going to be for the next episode. It's good to check it out and see what is missing here on our city and what we need to do. And hopefully we'll take care of that for the next episode. Either way, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Suggestions are always welcome, and I kind of hope to check a couple of them in the future. And yeah, hope to see you guys on my next episode. Thank you for watching. Cheers.